Nestled amidst the breathtaking grandeur of the Rocky Mountains, the Stanley Hotel stands as an imposing presence, a beacon of elegance and a relic of a bygone era. But beneath its opulent facade lies a chilling truth. The Stanley Hotel is a place where the veil between our world and the spectral realm wears thin. Built in 1909 by Freeland Oscar Stanley, the hotel has borne witness to over a century of human drama. Joyous celebrations, whispered secrets, and unspeakable tragedies have seeped into the very walls, leaving behind an indelible mark. The Stanley is not just a place, it's a conduit to the other side. It was here, in this grand hotel with its sprawling corridors and antique furnishings, that Stephen King found his inspiration for The Shining. He slept in room 217, a room steeped in paranormal lore, and experienced firsthand the unsettling energy that permeates the Stanley. The rest, as they say, is history. The Stanley Hotel is not haunted by a single entity, but by a multitude of spirits, each with their own stories, their own regrets, their own reasons for lingering. Guests have reported encounters with playful children, their laughter echoing through the empty halls. Some have felt the icy touch of unseen hands, a brush of coldness against their skin. Others have heard music drifting from the empty ballroom, the ghostly strains of a forgotten waltz. Phantom footsteps, disembodied voices, and objects moving on their own are commonplace within these haunted walls. But it's the unexplained disappearances that truly send shivers down your spine. Guests vanishing without a trace, only to reappear hours later, disoriented and unable to account for their lost time. The Stanley Hotel holds its secrets close, but the spirits here are eager to make their presence known. No discussion of the Stanley Hotel's haunted history would be complete without mentioning room 217. This unassuming guest room, located on the 4th floor, is the epicenter of the paranormal activity. It was here that Stephen King conceived The Shining, and it's here that guests report the most intense and unsettling experiences. Room 217 is said to be haunted by the spirit of Elizabeth Wilson, a former housekeeper who tragically died in the room during a violent thunderstorm in 1911. Guests have reported seeing her apparition, a benevolent but mischievous presence, tidying up their belongings, unpacking their suitcases, or even tucking them in at night. But beware, for Elizabeth is known to play tricks, luggage mysteriously unpacking itself, lights flickering on and off, and the distinct feeling of being watched are just a few of the eerie occurrences reported in room 217. Section 4. Whispers, Shadows, and Unexplained Events. The paranormal activity at the Stanley Hotel extends far beyond the confines of room 217. The entire building seems to pulse with an unseen energy. Guests have reported seeing apparitions in the hallways, fleeting glimpses of figures that vanish as quickly as they appear. Whispers follow them through the empty corridors, disembodied voices whispering their names, sending chills down their spines. Children's laughter echoes from the abandoned playroom, a haunting reminder of lives cut short. The 4th floor in particular seems to be a hotbed of paranormal activity. Guests have reported feeling an oppressive weight on their chests, as if an unseen force is pressing down on them. Doors slam shut on their own, locked from the inside, as if unseen hands are trying to trap them within. Section 5. The Legacy of Horror, the Stanley Hotel, and The Shining. The Stanley Hotel's chilling reputation was forever cemented in popular culture, with the publication of Stephen King's iconic horror novel, The Shining. King and his wife Tabitha were the only guests at the hotel in 1974. They stayed in room 217, the very room that would later inspire the novel's most terrifying scenes. King has spoken openly about his experiences at the Stanley, describing the overwhelming sense of dread that he felt upon entering the empty dining hall. He claims that the hotel itself whispered the story of The Shining to him, and it's not hard to see why. While the Stanley Kubrick film adaptation of The Shining was not filmed at the actual Stanley Hotel, it captured the essence of the hotel's eerie atmosphere. The film's iconic imagery, the blood-filled elevator, the Grady twins, and the hedge maze have become synonymous with the Stanley Hotel, further blurring the lines between fact and fiction. Section 6. An Enduring Enigma. To this day, the Stanley Hotel remains an enigma, a place where the boundaries of reality seem to dissolve. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, there's no denying the palpable sense of unease that pervades this historic hotel. Is it the power of suggestion, The weight of the hotel's dark history? Or something more sinister at play? One thing is for certain, the Stanley Hotel continues to captivate the imagination, drawing in paranormal investigators, thrill-seekers, and curious travelers from around the globe, all eager to experience the chilling allure of this haunted mountain retreat.